It's me, Tegwala, champion of worry. We have built Africa's most viral cartoon sensation. I'm talking about the most watched made in Africa cartoon character, Tegwala, champion of worry. And we did it with so much tenacity. We built it with, just a big dream and consistency. My talk will be bordered around the power of consistency. Let me tell you how important consistency is. You see, if every day you stand up and you tell the world that black is white, and you do it consistently over a period of time, after some time, you will have people that genuinely believe that white is black. And it won't just stop there. You have an army of people that will go out there and argue with other people that white is black. That's the power of consistency. You see, anything you consistently do becomes culture. And when you pass it down from generation to generation, it's just one person that started doing it consistently. I'm going to be telling you the story about a young boy who, with no animation skill, is building one of the biggest animation company in Africa right now. Let me tell you about the name and the dream. People ask me sometimes, Ajebo, how? If you're used to the Nigerian climb, you know that Ajebo is from the word Ajebota, hello, right? And it means a child born with a silver spoon. I was born with a spoon. I'm not sure the color. But what the kind of support I got from my parents, if everybody gets that kind of support, we'll have superstars all over the world. My parents supported me so much that the world now called me the name Ajebota, even though I grew up in Ijesha. Hello. Let me tell you how much support they did. We had to do free shows when we started stand-up comedy. And when you go for those free shows and come back, my mom will pay me to encourage me. And my dad at the time had a brand new Toyota Corolla 2006. I remember very well. And he would give me that car to pull up at events. And if he had an event or a meeting, he would go with Kabu Kabu. I didn't say cab. Cab is what we have now with Ubers. Kabu Kabu is that old Volkswagen that's, the yellow one. And you had to be like 60 years and above to drive it. You know that one? That's what he used. So my parents walked so that I could fly. So I had no option but to dream. And my dream was as big. I sat down one day on campus and I said to myself, one day I will crack jokes using animation. Now, you see, the thing about dreaming is it doesn't come with a roadmap. When you have that vision, it doesn't come with the entire blueprint on how to achieve it, but you just have to start. If you do not start, you won't figure it out. As a matter of fact, most of the great people that have founded things, the winning product is not what they set out to achieve. Do you understand me? You figure it out along the way. And so, when I decided to start the animation in 2010, 2011, no animation skill, but I wanted to be the biggest animation brand in Nigeria. At the time, there were just a few animators doing their thing here and there, right? So I decided to leverage one of the strongest things, and that's collaboration. How many of you remember this skit? Aboki, you get bread. Spread out. Hold for Sade. Press am. Call 10 naira home for. I collaborated with an animator at the time. I moved him into my house, and I'll pay him, and he made the first set of skits, among which this one is still trending in 2026. Right? I leveraged collaboration. And what I started to do, because I wanted to be consistent, but at the time I was working on the radio. So consistency for me then was I'll post once in 2 months, once in 3 months. So I wasn't making money when this thing trended. I didn't make a dime from this work, But then what happened was I discovered YouTube, and I was like, oh, put it on YouTube. So in 2013, we put it on YouTube, and we were consistently making this skit. Mind you, consistency at that time for me was what I could afford, because animation was really expensive, right? And so I'll pay, and he would create, and we'll post, and we'll create. And I did it consistently for 8 years. 8 years. Like when I say 8 years, you do everything, and at the end of the day, you make 20,000, tomorrow 15,000, like that bad, But then I got the power of focus. I decided one day while I was on the radio that it was time to focus and go all in. Because if you check my diary, I had written so much ideas, so much things to do, but I was working on the radio. And one day, I woke up, I went to work, I was very unproductive. I would just open the show, and then 11 to 4 p.m., I was on Nigeria FM. Do we have any Nigeria FM people here? Okay, great. And then I just walked up to my MD one day. I bought a bottle of whiskey, and I said, thank you, sir. Thank you, Chris Obosi. Anywhere you are, if you're watching this, God bless you. I said it was time to follow my dreams. See, if you have that dream, if you have that vision that you have, and it's just in your diary or in your journal, just start. Don't wait till you get it all right. See, if you can't get it all right, you need to be able to look back at your old videos and say, I know try, Sha. You need to be able to laugh at yourself. Do you understand? I told him I'm going to face my dreams, and this was the funny part. I said, I would like for you, when it's time to launch my company, I want you to be the one to cut the ribbon. Very sarcastically, he said, no wala, no wala. I'm sure in his mind, this boy don't mad, but I said it and I meant it, and I left. I walked out of his office, and that was the end of radio for me. I've never looked back. I don't miss radio. And I mean that. And so consistency for me now moved to maybe once a month. We continue to create. I got another animator at the time, Dami, and we started creating and creating and creating and creating. In 2016, this was when I resigned. I resigned in 2016, and then we created Tegwolo. You see, you guys found out of Tegwolo went viral in 2020, right? Thereabout. But we created him in 2016. So you see how consistent we were. There's nobody that came out of nowhere. When you go viral is when people see you, but that's not where you're coming out from, right? And then in 20, and then we got our viral moment. I'm going backwards with this. Okay, so going viral. So all of a sudden COVID hit, and in less than a year, we moved from 120,000 subscribers to 1 million subscribers. Now there we say money, hello. And so that's where we started to break even. And right now we have about 2.4 million subscribers. But you see, when we went viral, you need to know how to use that moment. You see, viral moments come and go, but what you do with it determines how long you will stay. Hello? So people see me and say, you're aging backwards. You don't look like I'm that young. I'm a baby. Hello? You have to keep renewing yourself. You have to keep reinventing yourself. And I asked myself, what do we do with this viral moment? We now had a lot of children audience. We had teen audience. We had a lot of people following us. And we said, what do we do next? Should we start a superhero series? What do we do? And then at that time, I already had my first daughter, right? My first two daughters, and I was already watching nursery rhyme channels with them. And one day I was watching it with them, and I realized that Baby Shark has 2 billion views. That's the future of my career. 2 billion views, one video, and I kept going, and it's not one channel, not 2, not 3, not 4. You see some of them, 700 million views, one video. And it was time to scale. So we decided to go into kiddies educational content. And that's how Jenny and Kenny was formed. But then we decided that even We want to do nursery rhymes, we want to do kiddies education, but we don't want to be like every other person. And so we decided to create the learning and entertainment platform for children with Afro fusion. We infused in it the African culture. Their clothes is Ankara fabric, their hair, their kinky hair. We decided to create beautiful songs about owning their identity, owning who you are, your black skin. I am beautiful the way I am. We created a lot of songs, and then we made the song in Afro beat. You go to children's party and you see children dancing to adult songs. With Jenny and Kenny Library, you can arrange a 5-hour party and they'll be dancing to only children's songs, allowing children to be children and enjoy being children. And that's how Jenny and Kenny came. And then again, consistency, which is the game, right? We did Jenny and Kenny. Don't forget, we did House of Ajebo for 8 years, but with Jenny and Kenny, we consistently did it for 2 years. This time around with bigger capacity. We're doing 2 videos a week for 2 years. And Jenny and Kenny picked. And so we sat down again and asked ourselves, what do we do? You see, you must know when it's time to scale. You must know when it's time to expand. If you have something that is working for you, capitalize on it. Sit on it. Stop. You don't need to do too many things at the same time, right? What does Ajebo do? I'm a stand-up comedian, yeah, but I'm more into this animation thing. We are creating legacy content for the next 10 generations. And so we decided, if Jenny and Kenny did well in 2 years, we can as well stay consistent creating this content. And right now, we decided to 10x our production. So we morphed into House of Ajebo Multiverse. Yeah, it's a good place to clap. You can clap. So we morphed into House of Ajebo Multiverse. Right now, we're 10x in our production. These are the ones that we've already launched: Explore with Naya, Bounce Bob Crew. Explore with Naya explores the world of children. I have just to I can't explain everything, but basically what we're doing is we're tapping into different global cultures. It's a channel for the Black American community. It's a channel for the American community. Jenny and Kenny is for the African community, and we're doing this across global scale, creating digital learning for kids age 1 to 6. And this is not just under one roof. This is under one roof, which is the House of Ajebo Multiverse, so that in the end, we can have one place where kids from all around the world can come and experience these different worlds of characters in one park, the House of Ajebo Wonderland. This is what we're building. You see, I want to leave you with this. Whatever it is you have decided to do, whatever it is that's that vision or that dream that you have, keep going. Start. Stay consistent. Keep showing up in the morning, afternoon, in the evening, when nobody is looking, when people are clapping, whether you have the support, you don't have the support. Keep showing up. Stay consistent. If you do it long enough, you can convince people that black is white. And they will not just believe, they'll run with your vision, and your vision can become a global dream come true. Thank you very much. My name is Ajebo, and God bless you real good.